The KCRA-3 Night Team begins now.
From young to old, thousands of Californians could soon be seeing changes to their health insurance as the Supreme Court is getting ready to deliver its ruling on one of the most controversial cases in recent memory. The Supreme Court is expected to rule on President Obama's health care reform this week. New for the Night Team, Danielle Lee has more on the potential consequences of that decision.
My name's Christina. I'll be your server.
Whatever the decision, political analysts are predicting it's going to be a hot topic moving forward on the campaign trail this election year. This is News Sense 10. Mariposa County deputies have identified a woman whose death sparked a manhunt in Folsom today. Deputies say that the body of 21-year-old Tiffany J. Russell was found Friday. This morning, State Park Rangers in Folsom found a white pickup truck belonging to the man deputies were looking for in connection to Russell's death. That led to a 3.5-hour manhunt that forced the closure of parts of Negro Bar State Park, forcing visitors to change their plans.
And we got everything down to the water, kayaks, food, everything is unloaded when the cops came over and told us we had to go out, wouldn't let me take anything. So we're scrambling.
After the body was discovered, police called off their manhunt. People were allowed back into the park. Folsom police have not released the cause of death and have not confirmed whether or not the man that was discovered is the suspect in the Mariposa County homicide. Fire crews busy fighting flames in several locations today. A 5-acre grass fire started in Sacramento County this afternoon, spreading from Orangevale to Folsom. You could see the smoke into the air from the Sky Camera 3 network at around 1 o'clock this afternoon. The Folsom Fire Department telling KCRA-3 tonight that some of the buildings there in that area were threatened, but crews were able to put out the flames before any serious damage was done. No one was hurt. No word on how that fire started. As we focus on weather now, live look at Fairfield, Rancho Cordova tonight. A clear night, but cool once again, capping off a cooler than normal weekend for this June. What can we expect when we wake up tomorrow? Well, here's meteorologist Dirk Verdorn.
Yeah, more cool conditions as that Delta breeze is going to affect our temperatures once more. This is going to be the last of it. We will have some warmer weather ahead, and I'll tell you when the heat's going to get back into the 90s coming up, Chris.
Looking ahead to this week, state lawmakers are going to make the final vote on the budget. For now, they've reached a compromise with the governor on what to cut. So far, that compromise does mean fewer families will qualify for CalWorks. That's the state welfare work program. And it eliminates the Healthy Families program, which provides help to about 875,000 low-income children. They will now be covered under Medi-Cal instead. The deal also cuts nearly 9% of child care subsidies for working parents. The final vote is expected Tuesday. About 1 million people came out to show their pride in San Francisco today. The 42nd annual Pride Day Parade, celebrated by the city's lesbian and transgender community. Organizers called the event the nation's largest LGBT gathering. More than 200 floats, vehicles, and marching bands taking part in the parade. San Francisco's mayor also on hand for the parade, hailing President Obama's recent endorsement of same-sex marriage.
And I think the time has come and history will be with us when the highest court makes that decision.
Huge crowds also gathered for a pride parade in New York City. Mayor Michael Bloomberg marched with New York City Council Speaker Christine Quinn and her wife, who were married just last month. Thousands also take it to the streets in Chicago, where parade organizers estimated about 750,000 people lined the streets for the city's 43rd annual event.
You're watching Northern California's most trusted news team. The KCRA-3 Night Team continues.
As we cover the world now, Cairo's Tahrir Square is alive with celebration tonight, a sea of humanity, after official results were revealed in Egypt's historical presidential elections. But others say that the new president-elect, Mohamed Morsi, could spell trouble for the country. NBC's Richard Engel reports from Cairo.
Tahrir explodes in both joy and religious ecstasy.
As we cover the nation now, organizers of the Reno National Championship air races, they want to build a permanent memorial for the victims of last year's deadly crash. Here's video of the accident from last September. A modified World War II plane crashed into the crowd, killing 11 people, injuring 70 others. The Reno Air Race spokesperson says that organizers are talking to the victims' families to come up with an appropriate memorial. Organizers are hoping to have it built in time for this year's races, but say that a permanent memorial isn't likely until next year. To the wildfires in Colorado now, they've destroyed nearly 250 homes as they continue to spread. The Waldo Canyon fire, it's near Colorado Springs, has burned more than 3 square miles. Fire officials there say that about 11,000 people have been evacuated. Dry conditions, gusty winds, and temperatures in the 90s have been feeding 8 fires all across the state. The biggest burning fire is west of Fort Collins, where more than 118 square miles has been scorched. Residents of several counties along Florida's Gulf Coast are being urged to leave low-lying areas because of a threat of flooding from Tropical Storm Debbie. The slow-moving storm has already dumped heavy rains in part of the state and has brought some isolated tornadoes. One death has been blamed because of a tornado from that storm. The storm's top winds so far have been clocked at around 60 miles an hour and might strengthen into hurricane status. How about this video? A water spout caught on camera just off the coast of Juno Beach. That's Florida's eastern coast. Part of the storm is churning but not moving in the Gulf of Mexico tonight. Forecasters aren't sure exactly where that thing is headed. So with that, we turn it over to meteorologist Dirk Vidor. Dirk, where's that thing going?
Yeah, right now it's not going anywhere. It's actually stationary at this point. It's decided to sit just right off the Florida Panhandle at this point. It did.
We start sports with the good old boys invading wine country today in Sonoma. It's the first road course of the season, meaning drivers had to make left and right-hand turns. 4-time champ Jeff Gordon. We end tonight with the sport of rodeo. And before Cowboys can ride the big bucking Broncos, they have to start small. So the Reno Rodeo hosted its mutton busting this weekend. The event calls for would-be wranglers under the age of under 65 pounds to hang on tight. Whoever rides their sheep the longest is the winner. We'll see that in a couple of weeks when we have the rodeo out in Folsom as well. Next newscast just a couple of hours away at 4:30. Thanks for watching KCRA-3, where the news comes first. We're celebrating the Hearst Corporation's 125 years of excellence in journalism. For the latest news around the clock, you can always go to our website at kcra.com. Have a great week. Good night.